What is up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. If you guys are new to the channel, my name is Christian, and today we're going to be installing a full exhaust on my 1994 Toyota Supra. There's just something about a Supra's booty that just makes the world go round. Obviously, it looks kind of naked because there's no exhaust. So today, we're finally gonna change that. As you guys saw through the intro, or at the beginning of this video, I laid out every single component that we have for the exhaust system on the Supra. And when I say exhaust system, I don't just mean a catback. I know a lot of people, it's very popular to put on a catback and then say that you have an exhaust. But in the case that we are fully building the Supra, we had to go all out. So these are the components that I have laid out. Starting off with a downpipe. So this is a downpipe that goes obviously from the turbo down. That's why it's called downpipe. We have a bung for a wideband O2 sensor. Pretty straightforward. This is a Powerhouse Racing part because it actually did come with the street torque kit that is on the Supra currently. The next thing is going to be this mid pipe. If you guys are an OG to the channel, you guys know that I installed that mid pipe actually when the car was still originally twin turbo. It still works because the downpipe that is provided by Powerhouse Racing actually has the exact same flange that bolts on to this guy. From my understanding, we should be good to go. It should work. Honestly, I haven't tried to connect them. I haven't tried to mock it up. There is a chance that it could be slightly off. After, you know, kind of just doing a little bit of research, it looks like Powerhouse Racing kind of made it so that you could use an OEM exhaust with it, or at least an OEM style mid pipe. So this mid pipe should work completely fine. This is a catless mid pipe. The catalytic converter usually would go through here. I wish I could tell you guys the brand, but unfortunately, it looks like the stamp is kind of no longer there. Don't really know what happened. All I know is that I did get this part used, and it is originally from Japan. So I'll probably end up cleaning this up just a little bit before installing it because it looks like there is a little bit of surface rust. So we want to make sure it's nice and clean and provides a good seal. And then last but not least, we have an HKS high power catback exhaust. So this is 3-inch piping all the way through with a 4.5-inch muffler. It is absolutely insane. If you guys have followed me, or you guys do follow me on Instagram, you guys have seen the picture that I posted. It's pretty ridiculous. It's freaking massive. That's all I can say. We have that huge 4.5-inch muffler that is going to be going on to the rear end of this car. California cops are going to hate me. We're just going to take our risk. Whatever. It is what it is. So, ladies and gentlemen, here is the engine bay. Obviously, it looks a lot more complete than the last time you guys might have seen it, and well, that's just because I've been putting in some work. Your boy has been putting in some work. Obviously, taking a look over here at the turbo side, turbo blanket isn't completely on just yet, but for those of you guys who might be new to the channel or just new to Supras in general, a downpipe is going to be the part that connects straight behind the turbo. So the downpipe is going to connect here using a V-band clamp that we were going to be using it to secure it. I'm gonna put it on, but I'm not going to tighten it all the way because the mid pipe still has to go on, and if it needs to manipulate or move side to side, we'll have full capability of doing that. So as always, when working on a car, nothing ever goes as planned, right? We got a whole bunch of metal shavings on the ground because we had a stud that decided to break off. So the cool thing is I bought a drill and a tap that actually was the perfect thread pitch and size for this. So now when we put on the new O2 sensor, everything will line up. And then the other cool thing is I also forgot that I had bought some extra studs a while ago. So these guys, gosh dang it, I spoke too soon. I need studs. These are pretty sure these are M10. What goes into these are M8s, so it doesn't look like they're gonna fit. Oh well. All right, I'll take care of that later. We'll just get it installed. The studs should be easy to actually put on later on down the line. The point is, things happen, things break. Take your time, do it right, and do what you need to do. Don't give up. So now that these flanges are nice and cleaned up, the O2 bung is nice and cleaned up, and this guy is nice and cleaned up, I also actually decided to kind of clean up the badge because it looks like a majority of it was just dirt. And well, legal for racing vehicles only, which may never be used upon a highway. It's not a race car, it's a daily. So what I've come to notice is that originally on the mid-pipe and downpipe connection, on the OEM style, you have this type of gasket right here that actually seals the two together. So you can see that it doesn't sit flush with the actual flange, but as soon as it comes together and you clamp everything, this becomes the seal. Powerhouse Racing did provide this gasket for the actual downpipe, so I'm gonna go ahead and throw on this one and take off this guy just to be sure. This is a new one that I just threw on, but then I remembered that Powerhouse Racing did provide this gasket, so I'm gonna use this guy instead because, you know, they wouldn't provide it if they wouldn't recommend it. So we're gonna go with this one. All right, so we got the little brother in the house helping me out today, putting on the mid pipe because it's a little bit difficult when you're by yourself. As you can see, I used a piece of rope to kind of just hold it up here in place. With my brother being able to push it up the front, I was able to get the bolts over here on the mid pipe, so it is now connected. Not 100% all the way, it's still movable because now that we're moving on to the catback exhaust, we will need to be able to move it just a little bit. My only issue at the moment is that I don't think I have any of the rubber bushings or exhaust hangers on the car. I might have thrown them away, I'm not too sure, but as of right now, just kind of looking up, there's nothing there, and there's nothing in the middle section. So I might have to go buy some, but in the meantime, we're just gonna go ahead and at least assemble those two pieces so that we can get it mocked up. And you know, if it comes down to it and we have to use zip ties just to hold it up in place, I'll do that in the meantime. But obviously, you know, I have to go get some exhaust hanger bushings or whatever you call them. All right, so next thing we're gonna do is assemble the whole catback exhaust using a gasket. Oh, I dropped a washer. The bolts and hardware that's provided, assemble this, put it all together so that way it's just nice and easy and goes straight on.